How's it going, guys? So in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you this very simple grid loop, making it in geometry nodes. This is the kind of simple motion graphic stuff that I love to do, and so this is going to be a really simple video. Now, with that being said, I do want to let you guys know that the free version of the real-time materials add-on is now available on Blender Market. You can check it out in the description. It comes with 40 really high quality, really fun procedural materials you can use in whatever projects you want, professional, personal, whatever. So you can check that out in the description. All right, so let's go ahead and get this going. Now this is going to be done in geometry nodes, so you have a lot of control with what you're doing. That's what makes it really fun. Again, very simple. If you're getting into geometry nodes, this is going to be a really fun one. So we're just going to add some simple geometry here and go straight to geometry nodes. I'm going to delete that window. We're going to click new and we're going to type in search grid. So Shift A, search grid. We're going to delete that group input. It's not what we're going to need. And then bring the size to say like 5, just make it a little bit bigger. And then you can go here to the wireframe view, and then you can bring your vertices up if you would like to. So now we're going to have that kind of control there. So that's what's great about geometry nodes. You can change how dense your mesh is very easily. Now Shift A, we're going to get a instance node. So instance on points. Now we need to get something to instance, so in our case, we're going to get an icosphere, our trusty dusty icosphere, and plug that into the instance. Bring your subdivisions to something like 4, and then bring your radius down just like this. So now we're going to have this kind of situation. Now what we want to kind of manipulate and mess with is the scale right here. And so the way we're going to do that is with a color ramp and a noise texture. And then we're gonna plug that here, plug the color ramp into the scale, and that's really gonna have some fun here. But what we're really gonna see is once we crunch in this color ramp, you can start to see that work. And then I'm gonna go to 4D, and you can start to see this behave right. So we'll bring that detail to 2, bring that scale down, and you can have a lot of fun with this. Now, what we need to do is give this a material so we can actually start to see this work. But essentially, you can just have some fun with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and click drag here and add more vertices. Now you can start to see this really take effect. And you bring your scale down to something like 2, and then notice the black portion. So if you want, so basically the brighter the color, the larger the size of the dots. So you can keep it a bit of a grid here, and then you can have some fun here with those colors. And then now you can have this really cool looking motion graphics setup, whatever you want to do. So let's go ahead and get a set material node. And then here in the material section, click new. On principled, we'll go to emission. Make it nice and orange. And then select that here. Now we can go ahead to the Eevee view. So we're going to go and use the Eevee render engine and definitely turn on your bloom. So now we can see this. World brightness, we can bring that down to black. I'm going to go ahead and hit the tilde key, go to the top. Get my camera, Control-Alt-0, snap that to view. And then you can go ahead and just move this camera around, G, and then middle click brings it in. And then we can have some fun. We can start to have some fun. So bring this white portion down. We can bring this all the way down to black, so we can have some things cutting off. And then you can change the slope of it as you go. And then let's go ahead and make this brighter. And then everything can, now you can go ahead and change the scale of everything at once by playing with the radius here in the icosphere. So you can have a lot of fun there and give you some control. Now, to get the look that I liked, which was having everything out of focus, you click on the camera, go to the camera settings here, and click on depth of field, and then bring that f-stop down to whatever you like. But let's go ahead and just kind of show you how fun this is to work with. So you can actually bring this more linear. So I can bring it more like this. So bring it less vertices on one of the sides. Then you can go ahead and bring that depth of field down and have some fun. And then of course, using that 4D, you can start to animate this and really have a lot of control. It's really fun. And you can bring that brightness up even more to kind of show that off. And of course you can play with the scale. If you have a scale of like 1, then it's even more of this really dramatic. But if you brought it up, then it's really crazy. Looks like a Las Vegas type thing. I'm a really big fan of 2. It gives you enough to kind of work with it. And then it being out of focus, you can make those bokehs big. You can make it even bigger with your focus distance. It's very grainy. It's very weird. But playing with that f-stop is going to play with the scale of those dots. In photography, we call that bokeh. But there we go. And then you can go ahead and make that brighter. And you can hit the render button to see what you're working with. So there you go. You have something really cool. And then I would go maybe add some more vertices this way. Or you can add even less. You can really just kind of go crazy with it. Maybe a scale of 3 or a scale of 1.5. But this is how you do it. Now, if you want to loop the animation, we'll do this. We've done this a couple times here on the channel. Bring your W to 0. Go ahead and duplicate the noise texture and get a mix RGB. And we'll plug this here. So now that they're duplicated, so make sure your W is at 0. I'm going to go ahead and get a timeline. Super important. So we can see what we're working with. And we're going to keep it at 250 frames just so we can see it at default. So first off, go to your preferences and make sure that your animation here is at a linear interpolation. So right over it, just hover here. We need to go hover here, go back to frame 0. Hit I, right over that factor, slide it over, hit I again. Go back to frame 0, right over here on the W. We're going to hit I, go to the very end, and let's say, I don't know, 5. Give it the W of 5 here, hit I to set that in. This one, right here at frame 250, start at 0, and then go back to frame 0 here and type in 5. And then type in -5. Insert the keyframe. And so just to make sure, yep, it loops. So now you can just press play and watch this loop through. And now you can see this really cool, really interesting animation happening. And then once we get there, perfectly seamless loop. Can't really see the beginning or the end. And then now you're seeing all this noise. That's a Eevee artifact. So if you go here to the camera icon, you can go to depth of field. You can bring that denoise down and then turn on high quality. And so you can bring that denoise amount all the way up, and that's really going to reduce that. But I think it looks nice. I think it makes it look really organic. I personally don't have an issue with it. But that's how you create this this animation, this look. It's really simple. It's really cool. Good for concert visuals, background animations, just simple motion graphics. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you want to get the free real-time materials add-on, that is in the description. But I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.